Beirut is not a city built on earth. It is a concrete sponge that breathes through bullet holes. While the elite of the city sip champagne on rooftops in Hamra, the foundations beneath them are hollowed out by a different kind of ambition. This is not a city of layers, but a city of two completely separate dimensions that share the same GPS coordinates. On the surface, you see the Mediterranean sun reflecting off the glass of luxury apartment towers. But 30 meters down, there is no sun, only the cold blue flicker of LEDs lighting up oxygen-scrubbed corridors. These are command centers that remain invisible to the most advanced thermal satellites circling in the stratosphere. They are ghost-mapped, designed to exist in the white noise of urban life. It is a city of shadows that operates in a different time zone, where night and day are dictated by the hum of a generator. Have you ever wondered what truly holds the weight of a city that refuses to die? In Beirut, the answer is not found in the soil or the roots of the ancient cedar trees. The answer is found in the void. While tourists on the surface photograph Roman ruins, a second metropolis operates in absolute silence 30 meters below their feet. This is a labyrinth of high-density reinforced concrete and oxygen-scrubbed hospitals. It is a world of fiber-optic command centers. Beirut was once called the Paris of the Middle East. It was a jewel of light, art, and excess. Today, Beirut is a city of two faces. One face smiles at the sun. The other holds its breath in the depths. Welcome to the invisible labyrinth of Beirut. Danger pulses beneath your feet like a subterranean heart made of steel and sorrow. What does it mean for a society to decide that the only safe place to breathe is in the dark? It is a collective withdrawal into the earth, a psychological migration away from the light. When the sky becomes a source of terror, the ground becomes a sanctuary of concrete. But this sanctuary comes with a heavy price, the loss of a horizon. Life becomes a series of vertical movements between the danger of the day and the security of the deep. It is a world where the stars are replaced by ventilation shafts. A world where the concept of home includes a map of the nearest reinforced exit. This is the psychology of the ghost, where survival depends on how well you can disappear while standing in plain sight. To understand the scale, you must look at the district known as Dahieh. Here, the concept of a building is turned upside down. In Dahieh, the economy of space is a brutal calculation of survival. Architects here do not dream of reaching the clouds. They dream of conquering the bedrock. The deeper you go, the more expensive the engineering becomes, and the more vital the secrets it holds. This is the Metro of Fear, a nickname given by those who watch from above, but for those below, it is an insurance policy. It is a vertical city, where the most important meetings happen where the GPS signal dies. Standard urban planning suggests that high-value assets should be accessible and visible. In Beirut, high value means buried, encased in 3 meters of high-density cement. It is a masterclass in defensive urbanism, where every basement is a potential bunker. Imagine tunnels wide enough for 2 heavy military trucks to pass each other in total darkness. Think of massive steel blast doors, weighing several tons each, capable of sealing off entire sectors with a single hydraulic hiss. These walls are not made of the standard concrete you see in a parking garage. They are reinforced with specialized high-grade steel alloys designed to dissipate kinetic energy. When a bunker buster missile strikes, it is designed to drill through the earth before detonating. But the engineers here have accounted for that, layering the concrete with rubberized shock absorbers and lead shielding. The air in these depths is heavy, recycled through industrial-grade filtration systems that strip away the dust of the world above. It smells of machine oil, ozone, and the cold metallic tang of old stone. It is the smell of a city that has prepared for the end of the world for 30 years. The city sits on a massive bed of karstic limestone. This porous rock is a nightmare for planners, but a gift for gorillas. The karstic limestone of Lebanon is a geological miracle for those who wish to hide. It is porous enough to be carved with relative ease, yet structurally sound enough to support massive spans of concrete. Nature provided the holes, ancient caves, and forgotten underground rivers, and man simply lined them with the cold certainty of war. For an invading force, this geography is a nightmare. The ground itself is a weapon. You cannot simply map a city when the earth beneath it is a shifting honeycomb of tunnels. The limestone acts as a natural muffler, deadening the sound of construction and the vibration of heavy machinery. Beirut was literally built to be hollowed out. During the Lebanese Civil War, the city was sliced by the Green Line. Militias learned that concrete was the only currency. During the long years of the Civil War, the Green Line became a scar that taught the city how to hide. It started with small, desperate acts, knocking down a wall between two basements to escape a sniper. Then, it became an organized effort, connecting entire city blocks into a single subterranean organism. By the time the war ended, the underground had become more efficient than the surface. This is the concrete currency, where power is measured by how much reinforced cement you can put between yourself and the sky. Today, that legacy has evolved into a network more sophisticated than the water or sewage systems of most European capitals. It is a dark mirror of the city, growing deeper and more complex with every passing decade. There are fuel depots containing millions of liters of diesel hidden behind false walls in public parking lots. What you see, the balconies, the laundry drying in the wind, is only the tip. The real heart beats 30 meters down. In the back of your mind, there is a low-frequency vibration. It is the sound of industrial ventilation systems working overtime. Imagine a mother in a high-rise apartment, pouring coffee as the morning sun hits the tiles. She feels a tremor in the floor, but it isn't an earthquake. It is the low-frequency thrum of industrial-grade generators 5 floors below her kitchen. The smell of diesel rises through the elevator shafts, mixing with the scent of fresh cardamom and morning bread. Her children play on a rug that sits directly above a stockpile of high-grade munitions. This is the geometry of survival in Beirut, a life lived in the crosshairs of a permanent, invisible target. The residents learn to live with the vibration, to accept it as the pulse of their neighborhood. It is a shared secret, a silent agreement between the people and the shadow state that lives beneath them. The human shield is a permanent geographic condition. The civilian population and the infrastructure of war have fused like melted lead. Separating the civilian from the military in Beirut is a geometric impossibility. This is the 3D chess of modern urban warfare, where the board is made of dirt and blood. Every move in the sub-basement has a consequence for the family living on the 10th floor. It is a symbiosis of tragedy. The bunkers protect the soldiers, but the civilians protect the bunkers. The city is a human shield designed by history and reinforced by necessity. To destroy the labyrinth would be to erase the city's heartbeat. It is a tactical stalemate that has lasted for generations, turning every apartment block into a potential front line. You don't live in Beirut. You live on top of a trigger. When a building is hit, it becomes useless rubble. But in Beirut, the collapse creates a protective crust for the tunnels below. This is the physics of the concrete sponge. When a skyscraper collapses, it doesn't just disappear. It creates a mountain of high-density debris. This debris-twisted rebar, pulverized stone, and shattered glass acts as a secondary armor. It creates a crust that is almost impossible for standard missiles to penetrate. In a strange, dark twist of engineering, the destruction of the surface makes the underground safer. The rubble of yesterday's homes becomes the shield for tomorrow's war. It is a city that grows stronger with every strike, a phoenix that doesn't rise from the ashes, but hides within them. Consider the Holiday Inn, a massive skeleton that has stood for decades. To pull it out would undo the whole neighborhood. Every layer of concrete in Beirut represents a different era of trauma and fear. There is the French Mandate concrete, the Civil War cement, the post-2006 reinforcements, and the repairs from the 2020 explosion. Beirut is a psychological prison where the walls are made of history. The labyrinth doesn't just hide weapons. It hides the city's inability to reconcile with its own past. It is a place where people choose to live in the dark because the light of memory is too painful to bear. Each tunnel is a scar, and each bunker is a testament to a peace that never quite arrived. The labyrinth doesn't just hide weapons. It hides the city's inability to reconcile with its past. It is a psychological prison. As the sun sets over the Mediterranean, the lights of Beirut flicker on. But the true energy comes from fluorescent tubes in tunnels. Is a city still a city if its heartbeat only echoes in the dark? Beirut remains a riddle written in stone, steel, and silence. A labyrinth where every turn leads to a question that nobody wants to answer. And every answer is buried under 30 meters of reinforced concrete. Is the architecture of Beirut a miracle of survival or a crime against its own people? Tell us in the comments.